What if the person sitting next to you isn't fully human? According to top researchers, hybrid cryptoterrestrials have infiltrated our cities, blending in with almost perfect disguises, but their slight genetic flaws betray them, and they're not alone. Deep in our oceans, aquatic aliens patrol the depths, while shadow beings slip between dimensions. This isn't sci-fi. This is the hidden reality they don't want you to see. Imagine a world where the ocean's depths hide more than just strange fish, where alien creatures with shimmering, otherworldly forms glide silently through the abyss, and shadowy figures slip between dimensions, watching us from the edge of reality. In today's video, we'll dive into 3 of the most bizarre and chilling encounters ever reported. Stories that blur the line between the deep sea, the paranormal, and the extraterrestrial. These aren't just campfire tales. They're cases that have left witnesses shaken, scientists baffled, and skeptics speechless. Hybrid and cryptoterrestrial entities. Let's begin with the subject of hybrid or cryptoterrestrial entities. Over the years, some witnesses have reported encounters with beings that possess a blend of human and alien characteristics. These accounts often involve descriptions of individuals with features that are subtly altered, such as unusual eye shapes, skin textures, or other physical markers that seem to hint at a mixed lineage. Some researchers suggest that such entities may be the result of intentional genetic experimentation, either by extraterrestrial visitors or by an as-yet unidentified cryptoterrestrial species that has evolved on Earth alongside humanity. The concept of hybridization raises many questions about the nature of contact between non-human intelligences and human beings. Testimonies in this area sometimes describe scenarios where abductees recall memories of medical procedures that appeared to involve the extraction or insertion of genetic material. In certain narratives, individuals report that they were informed, whether verbally or telepathically, that they were part of a long-term experiment, or that their genes had been altered to facilitate a specific purpose. Proponents of the hybrid hypothesis argue that these experiences might explain anomalies in human evolution, suggesting that our species may have, in some way, been influenced or even guided by non-human intelligence. Skeptics, however, caution that many of these reports could be interpreted as manifestations of psychological processes influenced by cultural tropes and modern media. The idea of human-alien hybrids is a recurring theme in science fiction, and it is possible that popular narratives have shaped the way some individuals remember and interpret extraordinary experiences. Despite these debates, the persistence of hybrid-related accounts across diverse cultures and eras continues to provoke interest and calls for further investigation. It is important to consider that the term cryptoterrestrial is used by some researchers to describe entities that may be indigenous to Earth but remain hidden from mainstream scientific detection. These beings might have evolved in parallel with human life, perhaps in subterranean environments or remote regions, and could possess a biology and culture that is entirely distinct from what we have documented. Whether these accounts point to an actual biological hybridization between human and non-human species, or serve as a metaphor for the mingling of cultures and ideas, they add an intriguing layer to the overall phenomenon of alien encounters. Aquatic and amphibious entities. Moving on, let us now turn our attention to reports of aquatic and amphibious entities. Some witnesses describe encounters with beings that appear perfectly at home in water, creatures that possess streamlined bodies, webbed extremities, or other adaptations suggesting a life primarily spent in aquatic or semi-aquatic environments. These accounts are particularly interesting given Earth's vast oceans and the many mysteries that lie beneath their surface. Historically, the oceans have long been a source of both wonder and fear for humankind. Myths of sea creatures, mermaids, and mysterious underwater civilizations are found in many cultures. In modern times, some researchers have posited that certain alien species might favor aquatic environments, either because they originate from water-rich worlds or because they have adapted to Earth's conditions by colonizing its oceans. Accounts of aquatic entities sometimes describe them as emerging from deep waters during periods of environmental stress or appearing near coastal regions in a manner that seems deliberate and purposeful. Witnesses have reported seeing figures that are distinctly humanoid yet bear unmistakable aquatic traits. These may include gill-like structures, reflective, iridescent skin, or movements that mimic the fluid dynamics of underwater life. In some cases, these encounters are linked with unexplained phenomena such as sudden temperature changes, unusual sounds emanating from the depths, or strange patterns of light on the water's surface. Researchers who favor the aquatic hypothesis suggest that such beings could be conducting observations, gathering data, or perhaps even influencing marine ecosystems in subtle ways. The possibility of aquatic or amphibious alien species expands our understanding of what forms intelligent life might take. It challenges the anthropocentric view that associates intelligence exclusively with terrestrial, air-breathing organisms. If life on other planets, or hidden life on Earth, has evolved under conditions where water is the primary medium, then it is reasonable to expect that such life might develop entirely different sensory systems, modes of communication, and social structures. In this light, aquatic entities might be one piece of a larger puzzle of diverse, coexisting life forms that have either always been present or have arrived on our planet through means yet to be fully understood. Shadow and energy beings. In addition to hybrid, aquatic, and cryptoterrestrial entities, another category of reported alien phenomena includes shadow or energy beings. These accounts differ significantly from those involving physical entities. Instead of describing tangible, material forms, witnesses of shadow or energy beings often report encounters with figures that seem to be composed of darkness, light, or a form of energy that defies easy categorization. Reports of shadow beings typically describe silhouettes or amorphous shapes that move quickly and seem to absorb the light around them. Some witnesses speak of a palpable presence, an overwhelming feeling that something unseen is observing them. Others describe these entities as appearing in peripheral vision, then vanishing when looked at directly. The transient nature of these encounters, along with the difficulty in capturing them with conventional recording devices, has led some researchers to suggest that these beings might exist on a different plane of reality, one that is not easily accessible through ordinary physical senses. The concept of energy beings is closely related. Some accounts indicate that rather than possessing a solid form, these entities are composed of a kind of pure energy or vibrational frequency. Witnesses sometimes describe sensations of heat or cold, flashes of light, or a tingling feeling when these beings are near. There are also reports of energy beings communicating not through words, but through bursts of imagery, emotions, or a kind of intuitive understanding that bypasses normal sensory channels. The scientific community has explored similar ideas in the context of quantum physics and theories of consciousness. Some physicists speculate that what we call energy beings might be manifestations of a deeper, underlying field of reality, one that interacts with our physical world in ways that are subtle and often imperceptible. Whether these encounters represent genuine interactions with non-corporeal intelligences or are instead a kind of psychological projection remains an open question. However, the persistence of such reports across different cultures and time periods suggests that the phenomenon is worthy of serious inquiry. Conclusion: the hidden world among us, a reality beyond imagination. What if the truth about our world is far stranger than we've been led to believe? What if the boundaries between human, alien, and cryptoterrestrial are not as solid as we assume? The testimonies and theories we've explored today suggest that we may be sharing our planet, and even our cities, with beings that defy conventional understanding, from human-like hybrids walking among us, to aquatic entities lurking in the uncharted depths, to shadowy figures slipping between dimensions. The evidence, anecdotal as it may be, paints a picture of a hidden reality, one that has been carefully obscured from mainstream awareness. Hybrids and cryptoterrestrials, the infiltration hypothesis. The idea that some individuals may not be fully human is not just the stuff of science fiction. Witness accounts describe encounters with beings who appear almost human, but not quite. Their eyes may be slightly too large, their skin unnaturally smooth, or their movements just a little too precise. Some researchers propose that these entities could be the result of genetic experimentation, either by extraterrestrials seeking to blend in or by an ancient Earth-born species that has evolved alongside us in secret? Are these hybrids walking among us, observing, influencing, or even replacing humans in key positions? The implications are staggering. If true, it would mean that our society, our governments, and even our personal lives may be subject to forces beyond our comprehension. The persistent reports of abductions, missing time, and unexplained medical procedures only deepen the mystery. Could these experiences be part of a larger, clandestine project, one that has been unfolding for centuries? Aquatic aliens, the ocean's hidden intelligence. The oceans cover more than 70% of our planet, yet we've explored less than 5% of them. What lurks in those lightless depths? Witnesses have described humanoid figures emerging from the water, beings with webbed hands, luminescent skin, or even gill-like structures. Ancient myths speak of merfolk, sea gods, and lost underwater civilizations. Could these legends be based on real encounters with an aquatic intelligence? Some theories suggest that advanced extraterrestrial species may have established underwater bases, using Earth's oceans as a refuge or a strategic outpost. Others propose that these beings are native to our planet, remnants of an ancient, technologically advanced civilization that retreated beneath the waves long ago. With recent military disclosures of USOs, unidentified submerged objects, displaying impossible maneuverability, the idea of intelligent life in Earth's oceans is no longer just speculation. It's a legitimate mystery demanding investigation. Shadow beings, visitors from another dimension. Perhaps the most unsettling encounters are those involving shadow beings, entities that seem to exist just outside the limits of human perception. Witnesses describe dark, humanoid figures that vanish when stared at directly, or amorphous shapes that move with unnatural speed. Some report being paralyzed in their presence, overwhelmed by a sense of dread or an otherworldly chill. Are these beings interdimensional travelers slipping into our reality from a parallel universe? Could they be energy-based life forms existing in a state that our senses can barely register? Quantum physics has already shown that reality is far more fluid than we once believed. If multiple dimensions exist, who or what might be crossing over? The bigger picture, a hidden war for humanity's future? If these phenomena are real, then the next question is, why are they here? Are these beings observers, collaborators, or invaders? Some researchers warn of a slow, silent takeover, a blending of species that could alter the future of humanity. Others believe that certain extraterrestrial or cryptoterrestrial factions are here to guide us, offering knowledge that could help us evolve beyond our current limitations. One thing is certain, the official narrative is incomplete. Too many credible witnesses, military personnel, pilots, scientists, and ordinary people have seen things that defy explanation. Too many patterns emerge across cultures and time periods to dismiss these accounts as mere fantasy. Final thought, awakening to the truth. The world is not what it seems. Whether these beings are extraterrestrial, interdimensional, or ancient Earth natives, their presence forces us to confront profound questions about our place in the cosmos. Are we alone, or have we always been part of a much larger, much stranger reality? The truth may be hidden, but it is not lost. The key lies in questioning, in seeking, and in daring to look beyond the veil of what we've been told is possible. Because if even a fraction of these accounts are real, then humanity is standing on the brink of a revelation that will change everything. The question is, are you ready for what comes next? What do you think? Have you ever encountered something you couldn't explain? Share your experiences below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the unexplained. The truth is out there, but it's up to us to find it.